Hey there, Fat Cat. Welcome, welcome. Happy Friday. Holiday. So, yeah, let's fire up this hitman, see what's going on with the new featured contracts. Uh, let's go. Hope you're having a wonderful Friday. Let's see, everything. It's been a while since I streamed. Yeah, I've been on holiday to Denmark for 2 weeks. So that's. And I couldn't stream that day, so it's been like 3 weeks, over 3 weeks. Well, how are you? I'm good, good. Well rested. Well, I've been back on to work for the past week, but doing well. Let's see. That is not going to work. I need to resize this crap so that it fits. Let's see. More. There we go. That should work, I guess. Yep, that should do it. Okay, cool. So, there's a bunch of new featured contracts out, and today is the last day for the coin drop. So, yeah, let's get it over with. Or at least let's dive into features. Let's see, I did all the previous ones, right? I finished all of them. Oh no, I still had to do one. Oh. Okay. Oh, two actually. I think I was working on this one when I had to stop, so... Yeah. It's a bit loud there. There we go. Fire axe, fire axe. Oh, right. It's this one. In disguise. So, where did I start? He was a problem. I can't remember where I started last time. Groundskeeper? Or did I just go... Huh. It's the linen room. Oh, I started here in the linen room. Now I remember. Yeah. So there's a fire axe in the room where I start. Can get and second to left dude is down here.
That really scared me. I could use some assistance here.
You're armed, right? We need help.
Hey, talk to me. What's happening?
Is it okay just to walk around with a weapon like this man I saw?
Do we know the identity of the possible suspect? He must have stolen an outfit from the house outside. Someone's butler. I agree. Jesus Christ.
Hey, you should be doing your job.
Someone stop this, please. This guy.
I know it's not close.
And they're all going, okay. That's not going to work.
Whoa, what a shot.
Suspect is over there. Hey.
Crap. God damn it. And I'm still worried about the camera that's over the other door. So... there's a camera over this door.
Okay.
It's probably nothing, but, you know.
Oh, and I got a seeker with me, so I can't shoot it. God damn it, man. This is... Oh. I'm gonna change this... This... I have something to shoot with. Okay. If I do this, they will see it.
Looks like we're good. Hey, who is throwing stuff around here? Come on! Holy shit!
Please put...
Okay, just to be sure, put him away. Oh crap, now he is here. Okay, so I'm gonna bring you over here.
Hey, check that out.
Naturally. Wouldn't have it any other way.
Oh, he's coming. Why, dude? Okay. Oh. That shit is in here. So... over there. And there's an enforcer right over here. Oh. We can go past him.
Well, let me tell you
Right.
Yes, I am. Can't wait. We're tremendously busy here.
We're tremendously busy here. It's only numbers. Okay, so guess that is going to be...
Security, huh? If I see anything, rest assured, I will let you know.
Sir, is that yours?
Man, I feel so nauseous. Oh god, I'm about to spew.
What?
Oh, but now I don't...
Hello there.
crap. Hey, Corrido. Welcome. Why is she just standing there?
Is not happening.
Is there another way to get in there? Yeah, through that door over there. Guess I'll have to. Because she's being an ass. Oops. Hey dudes. Pardon me, coming through.
Excuse me, are you quite sure it's safe keeping these pesticides so close to the vent? Huh?
Oh boy. Still standing there.
Say what?
I got it covered. Besides, he even has very large buildings. This compound is not.
Okay. Oh right. Now I have to deal with him. She's still there. Crap. Careful. Okay. Now I gotta get him.
Well,
And I don't have a
Look, I can fix this. I'm homing in on
don't have a seeker or something.
told you don't want to ride home.
It's not about that.
Okay. He should go fetch him, I hope, and not him.
Christ's sakes! Tourists, right? They just love authenticity. I don't know, the guy wants to use it as a golf cart at his camping club or whatever. His folly is my game.
No kidding. Well,
Oh, he went to get him. Of course he did. Okay. Oh, now you're here? Christ almighty.
What the hell happened here?
No, no. No, no, no.
DJ underscore just in case just redeemed sad trombone.
Don't wop me too soon. Because the guy is now gone, so he's the closest one.
I'm sorry, I think I just found some sort of weapon over there. Stay here. I'll see what it was. Yes.
Ah! Got him. Okay, so I don't have the wrench, and I don't know if it's close, so I'll just head over on. Gotta be careful. Here. It was so delayed, it was because the guy went to the guy which he didn't want. Yeah. Understandable. Okay, so now all I have to do is watch out for the cameras because I don't want to get caught. Nice. Alright, we're at. Also, hi. Hi, DJ. Welcome. Happy Friday, man. Hope you're having an awesome day. So, this is actually in the featured contracts from the last batch, the previous batch. I can take that out now. I still had to do, but yeah, since I couldn't stream for the past few weeks because I was on holiday, I couldn't finish them. But we'll get to the new batch real soon because it fits. Sorry, I have to. Yeah, because I only have one left in the last batch, in the previous batch, so yeah, that should do it. I'm slow, I'm not even in the top 100, but I'll take it. I'll take it. I don't want to mess around with that. Okay, game modes, contracts, featured, and then And then... So now what? It's the same, but as a kitchen... Oh my god, I have to do it all over again. Oh, it's any method. Okay, so that helps. So I am starting here again. Here. So him as the hotel staff. Yeah, okay. Cool. Him as hotel security. So I gotta knock him out and take their own clothes. Except for this dude. Yeah. Okay. I see how it is. Actions. Points. Yeah, this not south wing basement. Where the hell is that? Am I close to that? Because then I could potentially put a seeker there. Don't know if it's close, so we'll see. I hope so. It's the same but reversed. Okay, let's see. Where is... Over here. That's down the hall. Okay, I think I remember where that is. Oh, now I gotta get you as you. Okay. Knock them out first. Then break their necks so that it is quiet. If you break their necks while you're choking them out, it's louder and people will hear that. That's not good. Okay, so I gotta have the outfit for him.
Well, I'm sure Mrs. Moonjay is doing everything she can. She's always been fair to me.
Watch out for the camera. Whoop. No. Interesting, it's not the same dudes. Oh, he doesn't like me.
Throwing stuff around here. Come on.
Surprise, motherfucker. Okay. Is this... No, it's not the same. Yeah, different dudes. Okay. Let's get up. Can I... Oh, wait. Oh, my stuff is over there anyway, so... Yeah. Let's go this way.
Did I tell you about my son? You know, the youngest one who fell off his bicycle. The weirdest thing. When he came back from the hospital, he suddenly had the ability to ventriloquize. I mean,
To ventriloquize.
he's really, really good. I mean, things like
Wait, what? Oh crap. It was here.
Mother, why did you castrate me? Let people come by and give him money. And now
There we go. Alright, let's get up. Uh-oh. Ooh, he doesn't like that.
I'm at the location now, and we're clear. Nothing going on here. Out.
Get in there, 47. Alright, let's see. He was the kitchen staff.
Wait up. Who are you? Do I know you?
Oh, fuck. Let's go check out it. Will you get out of my way, dude? Okay, so this guy and this guy are the same. Okay. So maybe not take this. And he's cooking over there, so he's annoying. So I need. Okay. Let me think about this. So I don't really need a coin. I could take this anyway. Yeah. That should work. That should work. Alrighty then. There's also a knockout thing here. Yes.
I'm not sure I know who you are. Hey,
Can somebody help me? Please, someone help me over here.
Why the hell does this have to happen on my watch? Central, come in. You copy? Yeah, I'm here now. No, nothing. It's quiet here. Over. Roger
Yeah,
that.
there's nothing happening over here. Just go, dude. Go.
There doesn't matter. And step away.
Of course he had to come in through the other door. And I was thinking I could get away with it, but there was the cancer was spreading, so yeah. There's nothing really you can do. What is this? Kitchen staff. Oh, there's a kitchen staff outfit over here. Interesting. Okay. So, yoink.
Surprise, motherfucker.
Oh! No, that's not good. I had to take his clothes before I did that. I had to take his clothes. I have to be the groundskeeper. Yeah. Okay. Snap. Snapperino. Snapperino. Okay. At this. Get this as a distraction. You can never have enough distractions, right? So now he's not enforcing me, so I can basically enforce him.
Everything's in order. What was that noise?
Pom, 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 pom. I'm surprisingly unenforced in this outfit, so that's good. Snap your neck. Get on here. Okay. So if I go in here. Pom, 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 pom. Am I allowed to go in here? Yes, I am. Surprisingly. Oh. Interesting. So this is better to move around now.
Always separate business and
Cool. See. Don't wake up the idiots. Okay.
Yes. Keep up the fine work.
I have too much people here.
What a dink.
My, I'm about to puke. Out of my mind.
Oh, he's gonna puke in the kitchen, right? In the bag of baguettes. Dude. Ah, there he goes. And now these dudes aren't enforcing me either, unless I go into the kitchen. Oh, he is going to the toilets. Excellent. Excelente.
Jeez. Fuck.
Don't judge him, dude. We've all had the shits before, so yeah. I've got you now. How convenient. There's a box over here. Snap your neck. Get you in here. Okay, who is enforcing me? Okay, but not them. Okay. Cool. Cool, cool, cool. But he is.
Sure.
Say,
Man, don't
Oh, I can throw this legally, right? Oh, and that. Oh, she's still enforcing. Oh my god. Oh, and I can't go in there. Because they won't let me, I guess.
Good day to you, sir.
Oh, I can? Oh, interesting.
Excuse me, are you quite sure it's safe? Keeping these pesticides so close to the vegetation?
Whoa, relax, Chief. I got it covered, okay? Besides,
Pum 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 pum. There he goes. If I stay with him, I don't even need to use my key card. Remember, I cannot drown him. So I'll get him here. Get your outfit. And then snap your neck. Gonna put you in here so you're at least not visible when somebody opens, or if I open that door. Cool. So now all we have is him.
yeah, okay, but only celebrities?
Oh, yeah. Normies don't count. So basically, either Jordan died in 27.
Careful of this. Don't want to get caught on camera because I don't want to deal with that hassle. Alright, so I'm allowed out here. Good. Here. Pipe, not a wrench.
Oh, yeah. It was,
Is there a wrench somewhere down here? Or do I... Oh, I picked one up. Okay, never mind.
Well, you're no quitter. I've got to give you that.
Look, I can fix this. I'm homing in on the problem. I just gotta... Damn it!
Do I have something I can show them? Here we go.
Sure you don't want to ride home?
It's not about...
Oh, it's... I was about to pull out my seeker, but then he came in here. For smoke, I guess.
This crap for like an obscene amount
Dude, that's not good for you.
running.
A guest wants to buy you from the old
Crappity crap, crap, crap. Yeah, if I shoot off a shot from here, he will see. Oh, he's done anyway.
No kidding. Well, I guess I can stick around for a bit. You know, for moral.
Thanks.
I hate to seeker everybody, but yeah, I cannot get him behind there because they will see, oh, it's Lady Busybody. Where is she going? Going in the same direction? Ah.
Hey there, waiter.
I'm glad I got rid of the body here. Put it in the other room so he doesn't freak out the moment he walks in. Get your outfit. That's the wrong outfit. And now snap your neck. Okay, cool. Get you out of the way just to be on the safe side. Okay, that should cover everything, right? Yes. Yes!
Old man Cross is super rich. Like 1%
Bum
of
bum
the
bum
1%.
bum 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 bum. Ah! Almost got caught on the camera. Cool. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Bum, 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 bum.
Nope, nothing.
Sorry, but, who are you hiding from?
Let's go. Beep beep, motherfucker. Yeah.
Duh. Winning.
$109. Okay. Okay, so new batch of featured contracts. Let's go. Let's get into it. That's my contracts. No. Featured contracts. Shall we start here or shall we start here? Stone King. It's been a while since I've played that map, so okay, any method, but I gotta be the street guard. Okay. Can start over here. Chop chop. Yeah. Is that the easiest way to start? We'll see. Oh, I could start alchemy, go down, street out. Yeah. Whatever.
I love those little drones when they scoot around like that.
They're all down there, right? Right.
If you had the money for just a fraction of
Bum 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 bum. Oh, it's you. As a street guard?
Oh, no,
Let me see, there is a... Huh? Yeah, see, that's the problem. I am not supposed to be here.
wow. What was that? Someone should go and see. Now.
That's affirmative. Nothing. Probably, Huh?
Hopefully they don't see that.
Yeah, Command, there's some kind of fracas down here. I'm having a look around.
Once he's down, I can get him, but hide, nobody will see him. Okay.
What? We might have a possible disturbance. I'm moving to investigate. We'll keep you posted.
He's gonna be a problem. Okay. I don't think anybody comes through here, so I'll just leave him be here. Nobody? Seriously? Dude. Hello? Notice me, senpai! God damn it. Can I lure him by standing here? No, he's out of... it's just inside here. Nothing. Oh, that is annoying.
Huh? Huh? Okay.
Haha! I've got you now.
Excuse me? Command, we might have a situation. I'll check the perimeter. Over.
Come on, little dude, come on. Gotcha, you bitch. Honk. Okay, let's grab your ass and drag you over here. Just to be on the safe side. But now I've got to get to him. Oh, that's not a problem. He is not a problem. Normally speaking.
Hey, it's me. Sorry to wake you up, but I think I forgot to turn off the
Security protocol overruled.
Yeah, sorry. I'll make sure it doesn't catch fire.
Access granted.
Access granted. Driver. Oh, he just moved there.
Oh.
Okay. Now I gotta get over there. Fuck me. Turn around, dude. Okay, so... Did I even hear that? No. Can I get in? Oh, I can get in there. Okay.
Security protocol overruled.
Huh?
I bet Gary lost this.
I am allowed to change outfits, right? Right. Okay, cool. Bloop. Clean up. And now we are getting out of here. Alright, sadly that's not an exit, but I should be... I think I can climb up here. No. Oh, that doesn't go anywhere. I thought I could... Fine. In my memory that went all the way to the surface, but yeah, guess not. Screwdriver. Oh, I threw the screwdriver. There we go. We're still on the outside. That was not too terrible.
Ah, my knee is so sore. Like that. I fell over.
Bum, bum, bum. And we're out. Okay. That wasn't too hard. I'm sure there are faster ways with boost and such, but yeah, I'll take it. Almost 10 minutes. Oh, what's going on the cheater boards? Started in 2.5 minutes. Well, at least we're close. How the hell? Okay. Oh, well done, Shardy. Okay, let's see. Next. Another Chongqing. Hokkaido. Wait, are these... Ah. So first it's street guards killing facilities security, and now it's facility security killing street guards. Okay, I see what you're doing, and don't tell me it's same way around here. So here it's chefs killing security dudes, and then over here it's security dudes killing chefs. Okay. I see what's going on here. There gotta be facility security. So is there a facility security outfit in the laundromat, perhaps? Gotta be the blue beret, right? Is that freely available above ground, or do I need to go underground to get that? Let's start here. Let's just see. There's a few free outfits available. I just don't know where and which ones. Let's see. Let's go here. He's not one of them, no. He isn't. Let's see, what outfit is this? Dumpling cook.
Are they very expensive? Try very illegal. The chip in there, it plugs directly into Royce's logic.
So how was your trip? You went to Norway, right?
No outfit here, right? No. Soap. Drop the soap.
Hey, you up there? Find it?
There's 3 in the
What's going in that noodle place? I'm not allowed in here, right? Or oh, I am. Right.
Shit.
What's this code? Oh, fucker.
3. No.
Do I really need to start down there?
01. Definitely 01 something.
0118, girl. 0118. I don't really want to start down there. I don't think I have any choice because there is no facility guard up here. Mr. Pritchard. See, there's no. He's not a facility guard. They're not. No. There's not one of them eating up here. That's a bit of a shame. Could start here, run down here, and get one of these dudes' outfits.
Welcome. Please follow the grey line to security check. Thank you.
So yeah, get one of their outfits.
Hey, it's me. But I think I forgot to turn off the costume.
And I gotta start here, I guess. Banana.
I just love to know about Royce's project. I'm sure it's something brilliant.
Could be.
Her programming is... it's like an athlete's body.
Oh, it's gotta be the blue berets. Yeah, oh, it is. Okay, give me that. Okay. Cool.
Access denied.
Fuckers. Pom 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 pom.
Starting to think those guys enjoy.
Okay, outfit begotten. Now, I got it. Okay, so let's go here. Let's see what his deal is.
Like that. Fell over
Oh, it's him. Okay. Hey, dude.
Sir, this place isn't for you. I think you have the wrong location. We're a shelter for homeless people.
Heard it?
What was that?
Okay. That's him taken care of. Cool, cool, cool. Okay. So, 1, 2. Oh my god, he's all the way up there. Oh, guess I'll get him first. Oh, he's the one eating over there. Okay. Coin.
Hey, you up there? You find it? What?
Is he? Oh, okay.
I said, did you find it yet?
Did you find it yet?
Oh, we went to Iceland actually, but yeah.
This is also 0118?
I thought they would be. Our guide said it's just like that.
Oh, okay. I thought it was the other one, but okay. I'll take it.
It should be around somewhere. Are you snacks?
You never remember.
I'll bring them tomorrow, okay? Just drop it.
Uh-huh. Command, something ain't right down here. Stand by while I investigate. Could you be any more annoying?
The security boys say hi. I don't know if anybody comes through here, but you know, when they panic, maybe. Okay. So this boy over here. Oh, he's alone. Interesting.
Okay.
We might have a possible disturbance. I'm moving to investigate. We'll keep
They
you
can't
posted.
see. Okay. I'll keep you posted. Yeah. Go find that coin, dude. The hole for you. Goodbye. Thank you for playing. Over there. What's the best way to get up there? Oh, I need to go up. Thankfully, I'm not. Wonder if I'm allowed up on the roof in this outfit. Whee! Okay. Hello.
Security.
Cool. I am allowed. Okay. This way. I've never been up here in this outfit, so that's why I'm questioning reality. Okay.
Another egg salad sandwich.
Oh, it's not him. Oh boy.
Man, I just heard a weird noise. I'm moving in to investigate.
I think, if I remember correctly.
Let's not take any chances. You, go check it out. 10-4.
Yes. Will this electrocute him if he stands in here? Is this enough water?
Yeah, nothing here. You don't say. We might have a situation. Sweeping area, over.
Yeah, they can't see that from there. Maybe he can see. And he's turning away. Cool, cool, cool. Goodbye.
Just stay still. While I get help.
Getting down from here is always the thing, right?
I'm hungry. Mind if I head down and get something to eat?
Are you crazy? Hush wants us to guard that satellite dish with our lie. Comes out to check it first if anything happens.
There we go. That's just a run for the exit. Ladies. Yeah, nasty accident. People just... Oh my god.
You accountable for this mess?
Yeah, you, Mr. Shifty.
Why, dude?
Get him in your sight. Shit! Help!
Why doesn't this thing leak? Crap. Starting in a facility is such a drag. Maybe instead of starting here, I start here. And then in the back alley of the restaurant, from back, I'll put a trunk. Okay. So that should. I think I should be able to get an outfit quicker this way.
Focus when the kitchen feels like a train station.
Find your inner zen.
Find my inner zen. Okay.
Shit. Was today's code?
Rest, calming, focus.
On.
Welcome
Please follow the grey line to security check. Thank you. Security protocol overruled.
Ah, they don't hear that. That is annoying. They are not watching here, so if he moves, I can palmer him, get his outfit, and then... Out of here. Okay. Cool, cool, cool. Give you the proximity taser. Hey, dude.
Huh?
Let's see. Get you out of the way.
Ah, my knee is so sore. Like that. I fell over because
Yeah.
What? That was weird. You, take a look.
Oh yeah.
Okay. You in here. Cool. Ah, you fucker. Oh my god, I should have picked up the gun. Ah, you idiot. You idiot.
It was at this moment that he knew. He fucked up.
And fuck up I did. Okay.
Find your inner.
When the kitchen feels like a train station. Stop your complaining. Be glad you have a job, dude. Boom, 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 boom.
Welcome. Please follow the grey line to security check. Thank you. Access granted.
Ah, he saw that. Hey, thank you so much for the follow, Estate. Welcome and happy Friday. It's time to get swifty. Okay, so that's... Freaking timing is off. If I wait this, I'll have to... Yeah, my inner zen. Focus your mind.
That's what I do.
I just grab everything that's that I can get my hands on. I'm a hoarder in this game. I can't help it. Okay.
Please follow the grey line to security check. Thank you.
Okay.
Security protocol overruled.
Yeah, and now he is already here, so I can Turn around, please.
there.
Hey Jen, welcome. Good morning to you.
Stream just redeemed choose the suit. Hi with good morning.
Give me that. There we go. Screwdriver just in case. Okay. Outfit acquired. Get out of my way. How you doing, Jen? Hope you're having a good Friday. Well, for you it's just starting, I guess, but yeah. Empty taser. Get down here. Hey, dude. Hey, dude.
What?
Cool. You rang. Are you dream the suit? What suit? Didn't say what suit. Oh wait.
Hey, check that out.
Absolutely.
Okay. Pinkill, thank you very much. Yeah, you redeemed choose suit, Jan, so you get to pick the suit for the next run. Get this, cool. Now he's relaxed again. I can get out. Go. There was no kills that way, right? No. So he's up there. And over there. Perfect. You got a pink suit? Yeah, I got a pink trainer. So you can do that.
Hey, I forgot to ask you how your trip to Finland went.
Oh, Iceland. It was
Do, 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 do.
Yeah, well, I would have remembered them if I... Okay.
Crowbar.
Command, I've heard something weird.
Oh. Okay.
Check it out.
Sure you're reading it right. Just look for the damn drone. I'll read the scratches.
Oh, yeah, that's just typical.
Didn't hear a thing. Good. Good, good, good. No, that's good. Let's see. Down there. Right. Was you. Do I still have a coin? I don't have a coin. But I could use this.
Might have a possible disturbance. I'm moving to investigate. We'll keep you posted.
Where was the other dude? Oh, right. It's a dude sitting there.
Hey!
Okay. Got him. I gotta get over there. Right. Going this way so I don't have to go all the way down and then get all the way up again. Because I can get over onto the other roof from here. Let's see, dude should come over here. Of course he sends another dude. Why not?
Affirmative.
Nice. Okay. Put this here.
Got some strange noises here. Looking into it. Over.
Okay, if I push him from here, he should not be able to see, right? He's looking the other way anyway. Cool, cool, cool!
Speechless. You gotta be kidding me.
Yeah, weird, right? Just a gun just laying around. See ya! I believe I can fly! Oh, that's it. Okay, so we're gonna go down here. Whoop. Oh, go here. Oh shit! Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna go through here. Shortcut. Hello there, fellow security dude. Oh, I could get your outfit. That's... Oh, fuck me.
Oh, no, you don't! Better rip!
I don't even need to go into the facility because I can just start over. Aww. Oh, but then... Not using this anyway. So... Get myself a nice Chinese... And then I can take the trank. Oh, and now I can... Yeah, I'm sorry, bruh. It's not gonna be long, but... themed then maybe... There we go. How's this for a pink outfit, huh? Not gonna be long, so that I'm in this suit, so I can make it. Yeah, I'll bring it over into the next contract.
Have you seen a girl around? Short hair with a bright green bag. Shit.
Just
She said she'd
thinking.
meet me here.
She's probably running late.
Oh shit. Oh right. Yeah, that's a good one. I gotta go this way. There we go. This fella over here, so I'll go through the back alley.
Get the hell out of here. I got this flyer, and it says I can make a lot of money if you do some experiment.
Oh, box cutter, why not?
Find out what that was?
Got it.
You didn't see anything? Cool. I didn't really need the briefcase anymore, so... Yeah. Oh, but he's gonna take it to the guard, and the guard is gonna take it in here, upstairs. In. Oh, don't really need it. Okay. Okay, so let's go get these guys. Gonna get in here.
You should be more careful.
I hate the way I have to use the keypad.
We'll keep looking. I'm never going to get my Blu-ray back. Am I? Oh my.
Oh? Yeah, Command, there's some kind of fracas down here.
Should be around.
Having a look around.
Are you sure you're
Cool.
looking right? Just look for the damn drone. I'll read the tracker.
What the fuck?
Fire our ass.
Ah, man.
Okay. Let's see. Dude's down there. Right. Did I pick up the weapon? I did. Oh, this is water. Interesting.
Command.
Yeah, but I gotta give the proximity taser to him. Okay.
Check it out.
So put that away before I accidentally use it.
Huh?
Yes. Goodbye. Yeah, now I gotta get over there. Oh right, since I have to. Doesn't really matter. Gotta get the. I'm gonna get that guy on the exit.
Hey, right hook. Up for the 4 hours.
Pom 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 pom.
If you ever need another guy on your team, I'm your man.
Yeah, dude, I don't think that's gonna work. Wrong dude again. Okay, doesn't really matter. I'll get you. Nice. Okay. That right there.
We might have a situation. I'll check the perimeter.
Yeah, we do have a situation.
Stop messing around.
Oh, how is this timing gonna work out? Oh, it's gonna work out. Cool.
Really?
Yes, really. Look at that, man.
Excuse me?
Yeah, look at that, man. There's a weapon right there.
Checking out a strange sound. Over.
Isn't that weird?
Is that?
Yes, it is.
Whoa!
Goodbye. Where's the last one? Over there. Oh. Yeah, I can't. Don't. Please tell me he isn't the one that's going to get the dude. Oh, he isn't. Okay, cool. Cool. So, yeah, going through here.
Shit. Was today's code? One Jesus.
Primitive taser. Hi, dude.
Huh?
There we go.
Ah, my knee is so sore.
Like that. I fell over.
Got him.
Duh. Winning.
There we go. And we're out of here. Nice, number 25 on the globals. I'll take it. I'll take it. Let's see. Game modes, contracts, featured. Now what? There's no... It's constantly one outfit, so... I'm sorry. 30. Maybe I should disable the redeem the suit for the... because it's all this versus that outfit. See? Bodyguards versus... They're all Janus' bodyguards. Is Janus bodyguard? Oh, and it's Cassidy's bodyguard. Yeah, okay. So it's, yeah, it's contrast. Okay. Hence the paradox. Hokkaido. I don't like Hokkaido. Berlin. Okay. Let's get the Will in the Creek first. Janus versus Cassidy. Janus fights back. So I gotta get myself a Janus bodyguard outfit. I cannot start as one as far as I know. No. So what is... I could go in a fumigator. No, because that is not a Janus outfit. Janus is close to this, I think. Any method, okay. So, and since they are tools, remote taser, tools, proxy taser, just to make it easy on myself. And can I smuggle something close to the sign maybe? Is this, it's the park. I gotta go there, probably Janus's kitchen. Do I have another taser thing I can use? No. Okay. Let's see how this gun's gonna turn out. Yeah, before I do anything else, I am going to disable the... because that is useless for now. Redeem... Choose a suit. Turn that off right now. Then... Manager. I'm gonna reject your request. Refund. There we go. So yeah, so at least you don't lose any points on that, Jen. There we go. Okay, let me see. Janus should be right around here, right? Yeah, Janus's property is right there.
I swear I have a license for it.
I swear I have a license for it.
You can't just confiscate my property. I need it to get rid of an aggressively invasive mole in poor old man's backyard.
Calm down, Demolition Man. What's the flesh on the mole?
Well, that looks uncomfortable. Let's get you nice and comfortable in the bushes, eh? Is that open? Oh, right. We'll take care of this right now. Okay, cool. Oh, right. Gotta be careful. Okay, Janus's kitchen. So that is upstairs. Level 0, yes. Okay. Oh, it's right over there. Oh, just lying there. Oh, there's a box right over here. Let's put him away before anybody panics. At least I have an outfit now. It takes me 2 minutes to get one, but okay. I could have possibly went in here, but yeah, whatevs. Whatevs. Let's get out of here.
I really like Gunter, you know?
And they're all over here. Of course they are. Oh, they're on the Lewinsky property too.
Just wants to smoke.
Okay. Might as well go out the back door, actually. Ah.
Hey, did you drop off the surveillance tapes on Janus at the house? Cassidy was asking for them earlier.
Yeah, added them to the pile. What a stupid system. Record the surveillance in the attic. Bring the tape.
Meh.
Meh.
Yeah, added them to the pile. Whoa.
Yeah, me here. Just checking out a strange sound.
Command, something fell to the ground. I'm checking it out.
Go, dude, go.
We're clear.
Ah, crap. What?
Come on, I've got nothing here. Turn it to post. Out.
Don't see it, don't see it. Woo!
Hello there.
Got away with it. Hey, Dark Matter. Welcome. Okay, so I got away with murder there. Guess the objective is murder. Okay. Oh, I should have.
This is Nolan.
Excuse me?
What in the world? Hey.
Oh, he's gonna... Fuck. And I can't pick it up again. Oh my god. Crap. Crappity crap, 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 crap. Okay. Whatever.
Hey, are you okay? Looks like I'm gonna need to get
I'll get him later. Hopefully he doesn't get picked up by anybody else.
Uh-huh.
Might have been better off giving him the proxy. Or is that... Oh, that is him. Okay, so... Oh, she's gonna get the wrong dude, right? He's still...
Say, you guys haven't been poking around the front. All right, stay put. I'll take a look. Okay, you don't have to tell me twice. I'll stay right here, where it's safe. What the hell was that noise? Man, you read me. It just got serious.
Just another false alarm.
The upcoming elections.
Okay, dudes. I need that dude to pick up that thing over there. Nope, you're not going anywhere.
Hey.
Is he not just staying there? Is he stuck? Oh my god.
Seriously?
Get out of my face.
I need you to stay here, please.
Whoa, slow down.
Crap, they're stuck. Yep, they're stuck. Crappity crap, 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 crap. Okay, go fetch him. Okay, if he doesn't pick it up, then I'm screwed. Oh my god. Oh my god. How am I doing? I'm doing well. I'm playing the new featured contracts. So, fuck off. I'm just gonna restart. Maybe. What if? Let's see. Instead of remote taser. There are a jar of sleeping pills somewhere. Let me check. Let me check hit maps. So this is Wilton Creek. So that is Hitman 2, I think, from the top of my head. Yes. Okay, another life. Let's see. Pill? Lethal pills, emetic pills. Yeah, that's not what I need. There's no sleeping pills or chloroform on this map. Okay. I'll have to break my own. So that is going to be poisons, emetics, lethals, sedative. Oh, it's called sedative pills, not sleeping pills. Well, they're not on the map anyway, so it doesn't really matter. Okay, so let's go. So I can basically take his outfit, I think.
I just don't bring it with me. You can't just confiscate my property. I need it.
Fuck.
To get rid of an aggressively invasive mole in this poor old man's backyard.
Calm down, demolition man. Unless the flesh no. We're gonna
Might as well get rid of the cameras while I'm here. So he doesn't turn around. Cool. Go to the kitchen.
Hello? Is anyone there? Who made that sound?
Okay. Okay. That's done. Oh, I forgot my.
Huh? Got some strange noises here. Looking into it. Over.
Oh. Okay, everything's good.
Come on. Nothing here. Standing by to stand.
Okay.
Is that?
Help! I need backup. I need help. I'll be back later. Jack, now. I hear you.
Oh my god. Oh, yeah. Body found? Whose body found? He was in the bushes. Crap. Crap. This is annoying. Yeah.
Listen, I swear I have a license for it. I just don't bring it with me. You can't just confiscate my property. I need it to get rid of an aggressively invasive mole in this poor old man's backyard.
calm down, demolition man. Unless the flesh mole. No.
Dump the hole, and it will blow up the tunnel so it collapses.
Okay, we're inside. He's turned around, cool. Get the gun.
Say what?
Okay, he's turned around, cool.
Someone's throwing things here. Moving in to investigate. Out.
Whoa. Got some strange noises here. Looking into it. Over.
Command, disregard last message. Nothing here. Over.
There we go. Whew. You're in game leaderboard, right? You mean, yeah, I'll be in the leaderboards once I finish the contract. No.
Weapon lying around.
Someone help me out here. I need some help. Now!
Fuck me.
It was at this moment that he knew. He fucked up.
I totally forgot there was a dude on that side of the fence. Sometimes when you're playing Hitman you feel like an idiot. That's so true. But you just, no, Jen, this is totally on me. Get rid of the camera thing. Very easy. Okay, he walks away. Oh, it's over here. Right. Oh. Let's see how the kitchen situation is. Okay. Very nice.
Oh.
Okay, get out of here. Ah, the timing is absolutely beautiful. Okay, so now I'm gonna go here.
Janie dropped off the surveillance tapes from Jane's house. Captain is out.
Yeah, added them to the file. What a stupid system. Record the surveillance in the attic. Bring the tapes over to HQ and review them there. The recorder is perfect.
Is that?
No. No. They want to do that. Everybody. I wonder. I'm not really sure if anybody comes down here. Oh, maybe Cassidy? Okay, let's just get him over here then. Cassidy come in here, or does he go around there? I don't think he comes in here, right?
I have to tell you. These are the best muffins I ever had. Supposed to meet a client for a house.
Yeah, sorry, man. It's a no-go.
Doesn't see it.
Excuse me?
Go see what that's all about.
Yeah.
Do you actually see it, dude?
Yeah, nothing here.
Understood.
Oh, this is going to go so wrong.
A neighborhood barbecue party. How suburban. My belly is rumbling a little.
Wanna go inside? Looks like everyone's invited.
Would be a good time to coax some information out of unsuspecting locals. But I find that once the food's been served and the beer flows freely, people are more chatty.
Ah, crap, I don't have anything to throw, so...
Once the burgers are served. All right, boss.
Baker 3, everything looks good.
Okay, well, let's hope nobody picks that up then. I could have given it to him, but yeah. This is annoying. Okay, so as for my plan...
Okay.
Okay. Pretty good.
No, you don't. Oh, but everybody I need to have is outside, not inside. Well, he's coming back, so that might help. I'll let that simmer for a while.
What?
Command, I've heard something weird. I'm gonna go check it out.
Huh.
Okay. Why aren't they sleeping? There they go. Okay. Okay. Bum 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 bum. Cool, cool, cool. Yeah, too bad there's not a propane tank in here. That's a bit of a shame. Gonna bring this dude over here. Get this shit out of the way.
You gotta be kidding me.
Yeah, me here. Just checking out a strange sound. Over.
Okay, well, we did it, boys. We did it. Okay, so, and now we gotta do the reverse. Get one of those outfits and kill the Janus guards. We go. 8.5 minutes. I'm slow as fuck, but I'm getting it done, right? Alright, stay right here. I am going to pour myself a drink. I'll be back in like 30 seconds, so don't go anywhere. This... there. Okay. Cool. So, I'm 23. Ha! 20 seconds, almost. Nice. So, not too far. Nice. Okay. So, next one is the opposite. I now have to become one of Cassidy's guards and then kill Janus guards. So that's this. See, Cassidy's bodyguard, and I gotta kill the Janus guards. Okay. So actually I could now start over here, technically, yeah. Jan, pink. And then smuggled item in park shed. Always confusing these two. The no, the park shed. I need this. I took the Krugi. That's the one exactly. So yeah. So over here is Cassidy's house, so I can just trank one of the dudes. Oh, probably the one that's standing over there, talking to the dude about the frogs. I'll trank him, get his outfit, and then go from there. Sedative pills. Yeah, so I don't need this. Now I can actually take another taser. Given to one of the two of these guys. Yeah, work. Should work. Yeah, sorry, it's just short. I refunded your points, but I'll wear it for the 30 seconds I needed anyway. Look at this, man.
Vote for Blake at the upcoming elections.
Hey, you guys haven't been poking around the frog habitat behind the house.
Oh. Maybe it helps if I pick up the gun first so I can do a distraction shot.
That doesn't sound like him. If he did, I'm sure there was a very... Yeah, and I know he would be extremely appreciative of any local resident who agreed he went down.
You wouldn't believe what I found. I was not only I had covered Jimmy Hopper.
Who's breaking stuff?
Hey!
You bitch! You like your kneecaps, huh? Do you? How about you?
Oh my God!
My gird. Oh, if I give him the briefcase, he might go back there and into the house. So I can get him if he does that.
Mr. Blake has many important initiatives to share.
Say, you guys haven't been poking around the frog habitat behind the house, have you?
No.
Oh, okay. Great.
What was that?
Okay.
That works. Okay, so that should be the correct outfit. Yes. Okay, I'm gonna drag you over here just to be sure. Okay, cool. I didn't pick up his gun. Oh well.
Vote Blake.
Okay, they're all over there. That one. Oh, is he the one sitting at the creek edge? Yeah, he is. Okay. Okay. Okay, they're not enforcing against me, so take this and this. Huh.
You know you shouldn't be here.
Crap. I thought I could distract a shot for him so I could sneak into the basement. Ah, fuck. Crap. Crap, crap, crap. Boom, 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 boom. Do I have a sound effect for that if I'm not near?
My brain is big and smart.
Charles Blake III, appreciate your support.
Say, you guys haven't been poking around the frog habitat behind the house, have you?
No.
Oh, okay, great.
Uh-huh.
Oh, I can probably take him out when he's behind this stuff, because then nobody will see. Oh, he's going here.
Added about 50 new rules to the local town plan. No sudden moves. Just put down.
How the hell do you see that?
Give him all you got. Read it. 5 by 5. He's out of ammo.
You think I'm out of ammo, do you? Oh my god. I shot him 6 times. Oh dearie me. Okay, so I'll do it a different way. I'll just lure him into the bushes. Into the bushes. You're mine now.
Say, you guys haven't been poking around the frog habitat behind the house, have you?
No.
Oh, okay, great. It's just that.
Okay.
All right, stay put. I'll take a look.
Okay. Huh?
Hey, anyone there? Jerk, you missed the track.
Oh. He's not a target. I just needed his outfit. Should have used a trank on him. Oh, dearie me. I don't know, maybe it's the heat from the last few days that I'm making my brain mush, but it's making mistakes. Making mistakes.
Say, you guys haven't been poking around the frog habitat behind the house, have you?
No.
Oh, okay, great.
Okay.
Calm down. I'll check it out.
Calm down, Demolition Man.
You are messed up. Oh, yeah?
Dude, I gave you a chance to get the fuck out. But you had to poke around. You had to fuck around and find out.
You guys haven't been poking around the frog habitat behind the house.
Damn. Say what?
We might have a possible disturbance. I'm moving to investigate. We'll keep you posted.
Okay.
Okay, fine.
You own a big chunk of the land around Whittleton Creek. You're
Okay, so how are we gonna attack this? Through the back end or through the front end? Can I, like, snipe him from here? Ha! Got him. Yoink.
Hey, did you drop off the surveillance tapes when Jane into the house? Yeah.
Yeah, added them to the file.
Oh.
Bring the tapes up to HQ and review them there.
Command, either we got a poltergeist, someone's drunk. What the hell? Command,
Okay. Oh crap! I cannot.
Listen, I swear I have a license for it. Don't bring it. You can't just confiscate my property. I need it to get rid of an aggressively invasive mold.
Fuck.
Calm down, Demolition Man.
Calm down, Demolition Man. You're getting the other one.
Couldn't get it. Hey, Mr. Bodyguard.
Gotta be kidding me.
Oh my god.
Don't even think
Look at
about
his
messing with
butt.
me. Huh?
God damn it. Oh, I knew there was a dude there. I just pushed it out of my mind. God damn it. Oh, man. Okay. We call this
Groundhog Day!
Also doing it again.
Change the world. You probably heard about Charles Blake III before.
You probably heard of Charles Blake III before.
You guys haven't been poking around. Oh god.
Okay.
You stay here and try not to get in my way, alright? Exactly.
Wow.
Damn, freak.
Got him. And don't need it anymore because I got my gun, yes.
What does that have to do?
Very nice.
Friendly piece of advice, fella. Your boss, Blake III.
I can snipe this dude from here. Maybe I should bring a short wall or something, because I probably got lucky the first time I shot that. Come on, dude, look out the window. I'll just get up there.
Surveillance tapes on Janus at the house. Cassidy was asking for them earlier.
Yeah, added them to the pile.
Excuse me? Is that?
That's a gift for you. Pick it up.
Hey.
What? Come in. I've heard something weird. I'm gonna go check it out.
Come on. Securing crime scene and establishing perimeter. Out.
Right. Alright. Got you, motherfucker. Anybody else upstairs? No. Okay, so you're all the way down there. You're all the way up front. And where's the other one? Oh, all the way at the creek. Okay, okay. That should not be a really big problem.
Not good, my friend. Not good.
John, it's start time. Find the perp.
Nothing on my position.
Okay, they're all calming down. Good, good, good. Okay, you're up there. So where are you exactly? Oh, you're the front porch dude. Well, I could give you a remote taser, so that's good. Ah. Okay, cool, cool, cool. He's turning around. Oh, I don't like these.
Listen, I swear I have a license for it. I just don't bring it with me. You can't just confiscate my property. I need it.
There he is. Gotta be careful of him. Okay, that's Creek Ray. Yeah.
Figures.
Cool. 3, 2, 1. Zzz. There we go. Now we have to deal with him. Okay.
He's been sitting there most of the day. I don't know what he's reading. But it looks like it's the most interesting thing he's ever come across.
The new Cassandra Snow novel, maybe. Slivers of Past Shimmers, or something like that. See, my wife's reading it now. I can't get her to do anything around the house.
No, it's not a novel. I think it's a journal or a diary. He's one of the security people working over at that old Russian guy's house. It's got to be something from the old man's archive.
Oh. Well, tosses it out after reading it to have a look. How I get most of my books today.
Okay.
Oh, I don't even need to do this like this.
What?
Yeah, dude.
Hey, holster your weapon unless you plan to use it.
There's a propane tank in here.
You know what I like about you guys? You're just so chill. Not like Janet. I have never met a man so full of bile. I mean,
There we go.
I'm trying to help him, and he's behaving.
Don't have to
complete.
do all kinds of trickery and bullshit. And there goes our dude. Here. Whee! I had nothing to do with that. I'm innocent. Just a propane tank just spontaneously blew up. Gotta be the heat man. Mercury in the sun. Accidents waiting had to happen, right? There we go. And then we can go here. Okay. And it's surprisingly challenging still. Well, challenging in a way that you have to watch what you're doing not to get caught. Or in a place you're not supposed to be, right? Then peel off 5 kills. Nice. Okay. Next. Let's see. Game modes, contracts, featured. So where are we going now? Berlin, Hokkaido, or Colorado? Okay. As a hacker. Okay. So it stands to reason we start as a hacker. Any method? Do not change your disguise. Okay, so I have to start as a hacker. Okay. Hacking explosives. Breach surgeon. Oh, they're all security dudes. Right. Kurt Nevado, Quince Elliott, Grant Brundage, Mark Hicks. Okay. He's different. So they couldn't find 5 of these guys, I guess. Okay. There aren't like 5 hackers in this place. Oh, they're all over there. Oh, it's those dudes. Oh god. Okay. Let's go check him out first.
Alright, I'm not gonna be bothering you no more, sir.
So what's this I hear about a training accident? That would be Burgess, the sharpshooter. Point man in the Mexico operation. Got clipped by a ram or something?
What?
Oh, you can't shoot through that? Oh, it's a wall with a tarp over it. Okay. Hmm. And you? Okay. You guys. If I get you... Yeah, they will be found, right? Okay.
Better get a doctor or something.
Let's see. Am I allowed in here? Get the propane tank. I am, so I could get this, throw it at the dudes and blow it up. Okay. Okay. I could give the proximity thing to the dude.
3. Okay.
Let's see. Why can't I climb over that? No disguise changes, so that's their way of preventing me to prepare something by going in and then exiting and changing back and triggering a bomb, for instance. Yeah.
They're giving those vans a real makeover, huh?
Okay.
It's a beautiful piece of work.
For a murderous death trap. You heard it. Investigate and report. Go. Go. Okay. Wait a minute. Damn.
Crap. That didn't bounce the way I wanted to.
Free to engage anyone you don't know. Acknowledge. Oh well.
Oh, he's a fast walker, ain't he? In it. And then he's oh. Okay, so,
Come on, this is me. Yeah, looking at it right now. Don't worry. Taking out the trash.
You need to talk to Sean or Maya. Can't let you through here.
They're all three right there.
Okay, everyone step back. Fire in the hole.
Ooh, that is interesting. So if I can put my... drop the thing right there. Put a micro taser on it. Okay. But not a... let's take a micro taser. Interesting.
3.
Well, I don't really need a micro taser because I could just shoot it. But yeah. Let's see if I can make the timing work here.
For murderous death trap.
Well,
Oh, I think that is perfect.
You, go check that out. Move.
Got it.
Jeez. Jesus bloody Christ. Assassin 1 on location, 1 individual down, over.
Dude, join your buddies please for the explosion demonstration.
JHQ, the situation here is foobar. I'll clean it up, over.
Crap, too far. So the bounce went too far. It should bounce, it was here. So ideally it should be here. Okay. It's a bit of a pain in the ass that I cannot change outfits. Dude.
2. 3.
Okay.
So what's this I hear about a training accident? That would be Burgess, the sharpshooter.
That would be Burgess, the sharpshooter. Okay. Propane. Propane and propane accessories.
For murderous death trap.
That should work. Probably. Maybe.
Okay.
Come on. You heard it. Investigate and report. Go.
Gotcha.
Nah, no way. Not another one.
Really, this is a disgrace. Whoa!
The truth is sick, like one person at 01 had to take a piece of that code.
Sir, I'm on it. Understood. Containing and setting up perimeter. Out.
Come on, do you copy? I'm at the location now, and I have nothing to report. Over.
Where the hell is he? Oh, over there.
Better idiot.
Well, I could give him the micro taser. The taser.
Talk to me, what's our status?
Yes, sir. We're clear.
Ah, I didn't want to get him. But that worked out perfectly, but
Give me a break.
there's no...
All clear. Weapons hot.
Only there. I wonder where he goes is...
We have to take our precautions, you understand, right?
Appreciate it. He really stepped up this time.
Okay.
Okay, so where is he going?
Whatever.
Huh?
Find whoever is behind this.
Affirmative.
Oei. Okay, let's get out of here before they find him. Never mind me, I'm just on my way out. Exactly. Okay. There we go. Awesome possum. Okay, awesome.
Hello there.
Hey there, McCall. What's your opinion of freelance mode?
Domme! Nog een keer in de kankeremmer zetten.
Ja, pak dan ook iets grotere emmer, schatje. What's your opinion on freelancer mode? I love freelancer mode, man. Doe eens even rustig, alsjeblieft. I lost my shit over here. Let's see. Where is my... Oh, here it is. Yeah, freelancer mode it's a cool mode, man. I don't play it all too often, but it's very cool. It's very refreshing when you compare it to the with the regular mode. So it's very different. That makes it fun. And yeah, it can be difficult, especially if you're going into hardcore mode. Yeah, but I stay away from hardcore mode. I'm not. It's way too frustrating. So yeah. So, do you like freelancer mode, McCall? What's your opinion on it? Okay, so now the other contract is the opposite. So, are there that many hackers around? Don't really know. This one, explosive hackers. Oh, I guess there are. Gotta be the explosives expert. Oh, hold on. Explosive specialist. Okay. That is... Oh, the one in the yellow jacket. Okay. No disguise change. Okay, so I gotta start as the yellow jacket. Yes. Any method. So they won't pick up lasers, so I don't really need this. Take this. Maybe some coins. Yeah. I like the idea of it, but I often find it frustrating. It can be very frustrating, yes. To make it less frustrating, try to not focus on the objectives as much. But it can be difficult, I know. But it can be very frustrating, especially if you're way like on the 13th or 14th map and then you fail. Then yeah, that's a pain in the ass, man. Oh, there's coins right here, so I don't even need to bring coins. Okay, and they're all up in the house. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes. But yeah, the frustrating part, I totally get it. I don't. That's maybe why I don't play it as much.
That would be Burgess, Point Man in the Mexico operation. Got clipped by a ram or something.
Oh, and I am not allowed to go in here, I guess.
Nah, sorry, buddy. Security's high, as you know, so this area...
Yeah. That is the problem. Question is, how the hell do I get in there?
Cool.
Be careful because dude's coming around the corner soon, I think. Okay, so he's gonna pick that up, move away, and then I can get him.
You gotta be kidding. Where did that come from?
Cool. Up. Okay, so what is that weird picture? Oh, fuck me. Might be better off. How the hell do I get in there? Come on. Okay. So, get you in here. This. Too bad that's not an. Okay, got your ass. So. Oh wait, I might as well box him up now. Alrighty then. Now, what about you? Oh, fuck me. Okay. Fine. Let's clear out some shit here because I need some room to maneuver. Yoink. You have a family. If I care. This is about rivalry, motherfucker. Oh, okay. Okay. So now we go down here and take care of these dudes. Oh, fuck me. Of course somebody's coming in. Oh, is it,
Who is there?
Nobody's here.
Mark, we're clear. Repeat, we're clear. Area is secured. Over.
Okay. Can't risk you finding him. Oh god. Knockout fest 97. Let's go! Okay, so how the hell am I gonna get these guys to come up here? Hey, thank you so much for the follow, Elf Princeton.
You gotta get swifty in here. It's time to get swifty.
Should I just blow them up? Should I go get the... Oh my god, why is he coming up here? Where the hell is he going? Did he hear my shot over here? Oh, they don't hear that. What did he find? Oh, he has the explosive battery on his... Okay.
Wonder what that was.
Got him.
You're on point. I'm on your 6. Let's move. Go, go.
You know the drill, Delta Team. Look alive, gentlemen. Arm's length of the principal. Move, move.
Ah, fuckers. Why the fuck are you up here anyway?
HQ, Annihilator 6 here. Send your traffic, over. We got a
Crap. Okay. What I am gonna do is I'm gonna pick up the propane tank for the last dude over there. Okay.
DJ underscore just in case just redeemed sad trombone.
Well, that's justified. How many buddies do you want to hide in your room? Yes, exactly. Oh boy. So instead of going up first, maybe we go down first? One of them goes outside eventually. Still maybe convinced that going down... Getting in there is the hard part.
This area's a no-go for you, buddy. Sorry.
Or is it?
So you're saying that thing made Ezra Berg's interrogation mask?
That's what it does. It's a 3D printer. It prints things.
Hello, motherfucker. Hugme Panda underscore just
Hey
redeemed
Panda,
her.
welcome.
Love her.
How you doing, my friend? Welcome.
Maybe a small gun.
Fuck.
Sir, you are trespassing. I got eyes on an unknown male, just killed a non-combat.
Find this shooter, not the... There he is, in the kitchen!
God damn it, getting in there is such a pain in the ass, man. That is unfortunate. Okay. Let's see what we can do. What's the best way to get in? The way I went, but then I can't pick up the propane tank. That's a bit of a pain. That is not even, that's not just normal pain. That's propane. I totally went the wrong way. Need to be in here. Doing good. Glad to hear that, man. Let's see. If I go through the back. So going here is not a good idea. I cannot go up there. There's nothing to climb. could potentially go through the basement, but it's pretty busy there. Oh, and there is our big friend with the white mask. Could you walk any slower, dude?
Hey, you! Stop touching that!
Right, let's explore this avenue over here.
Whoa! Is that a trunk or a hoe?
Come in, come on.
This one seems all dead.
This one seems all dead. Frustrating. Finding a way up there. That seems to... I just had to get it out of my system right. Oh man, how to get up there? I'm afraid I cannot bring the propane tank with me. Let me think. So...
This area is a restricted area. I can't let you in.
I thought I saw a drain pipe over there, but it's cut off. I cannot climb up there. So basement is not a good idea. Let's check around the house here.
This camp has increased recently.
Oh, right. Okay, so everybody's freaking out. Does it help me get in here?
Command, I have nothing to report from my current location. Over.
Scan the area. I will not have any surprises. 10-4.
Command, apparently there's a guy out there being a real pain in the ass.
Hey, hold up! No.
God damn it, man.
Calling command. Do you copy? I think we got a situation on our hands.
Once I'm past them, I can get up here. Then it's no problem.
JSQ, how copy?
Oh, fuck off.
Jeez.
Yeah. So the most success I had was going through the back. But there's gotta be an easier way to get in, right? Why is it so complicated to get up here? Get up in there.
The amount of freaks being brought into this camp has...
So ideally, oh my god, I'm caught on camera anyway. Oh, okay.
Be advised, it appears demolitions are being used.
Alright.
Bloody hell.
Red leader, area is clear. Moving on to next location, over.
Does he come out at all? That's the big question. Because I could shoot him out through the window, but then he will be found. Well, since everybody is now...
Hey, mister, you're not allowed to be here.
I'm getting the guard.
Fuck. God damn it, man. The other way around was much easier. This is a certified pain in the ass, man. Thank you so much, Street Surgeon, for making this fantastic contract. Yeah, I'm picking it up, but I don't know if I'll use it. So let's go to the back again.
Sir, you're not authorized to be here. You just saved
Oh,
yourself a lot of trouble.
Oh my god. I stepped...
Sorry, sir. You don't appear on my list, so you need to go.
My keyboard just stopped working? Oh. I get why. Okay. Start. Okay. Let's try that again. Want to see if I can throw the propane tank in or upstairs before I do anything. Give me a second. My getting a message. Huh. Okay. Not important.
You mean a Mexican Vance? Mogadishu, huh? Disturbed baptism by fire.
If I go around the back, shoot the terrace heater or whatever it's called in English, and then everybody panics. Maybe I get a break and I can get in. Maybe.
Red leader, I've nothing to report from my current location. Over.
He's found. Oh, he found him. Oh, I didn't see him. Man, I was hoping I could get him and drag him away because they were all facing the other way. I didn't realize there was a dude around the corner. Oh, play. I clicked replan instead of restart.
Yeah. Oh dear.
I keep grabbing this thing, but yeah, like I said, I'm not even sure if I'm gonna use it. Oh, I could have used the propane tank to blow the dude up. He was right there outside. I was overthinking it again. I had the solution in my hand, man. Good grief.
What?
Oh my god. Oh, this is frustrating.
Groundhog Day!
But yeah, this might be. Hopefully, if I blow up the the heater again, the same thing will happen, and our other hacker will come out. I can throw the propane tank at him and then blow him up like that, and hopefully not get spotted in the process. Whoa, dude, are you really throwing your cigarette at me? I'm carrying a propane tank over here. Please be careful. So, problem is that he heard it. Can I do it from here? I can. Which one is he closest to? This one?
Understood.
You heard anything from anybody else? Over.
Scan the area. I will not have any surprises. Affirmative.
He's not coming out.
What's that, sir? Give me a break. Yeah, loud and clear.
Okay. Okay, so wait till he peels off. Probably won't come in here. No. He doesn't hear that. Oh, dude just comes in here randomly? What?
I got nothing. Billy.
Oh my... Really? How the hell did he see that? He had his back turned. What the fuck? Seriously.
Hey, yo, what the fuck?
Why? And why didn't he come out like he did the first time? Does it have to be? Does it matter in which position you're in? I hope not, because then, well.
I hear about a training accident. That would be Burgess, the sharpshooter.
Probably randomized. And maybe because there was 2 explosions, so I have to do the left one. Make it work. Need him to move so that he doesn't hear my Krugermeyer go off.
Hey, you! Stop right there!
Why are you staying here, dude? God damn it! Why did it work the first time? You didn't hear me. Thing went off and so frustrating.
What?
What? Never mind. Go work on your paper. Beep, 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 beep. Battering ram in action.
I hear about a training accident. That would be Burgess, the sharpshooter.
Fine, I'll go here. And shoot that one. Okay, let's see if he comes out. Probably not.
Bloody wanking hell!
Assassin 1 on location. 1
Command,
individual
you
down,
copy?
over.
I'm at the location now, and I have nothing to report. Over.
Search formations. Move out. Affirmative.
Why didn't you go outside, dude? Now I have to deal with this dude coming in here. Okay. Close the door. Boom. Bonk. Okay. We are going to put you right over here.
Oh.
You can take that weapon. Okay. Okay. He's just staying there.
The guy Ezra Burgess tied up in the interrogation room. He's one of the enemy's couriers.
All is cool. All is cool.
Sir, you were trespassing.
So what, you drunk? Guys, I think we'll have to finish this without Johannes. I don't think the war...
Man, fucking contract this. This is... Oh man. This is frustrating to the max. That's a propane tank. Boom, 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 boom. I know how to kill one dude. And the other one won't budge. That's the frustrating part. And I had him outside the first, well, one of the earlier times. And that was good. But now, he just won't go out. He ran into the building.
JHQ, I have nothing to report from my current location. EPA at extract in 7 mics. Control, out. Secure the perimeter. Roger.
Okay, so now he's going to freak out. And I can get you in here. Oh, he just... The panic is spreading. Now he's just standing there. And I cannot change disguises to set this up. Oh boy. Okay, so is he gonna come in here or no? Putting out a cigarette, and now he will turn around and come in here. Okay, cool. This will take a while, but yeah, hopefully I can get it done. Close the door, please. Thank you. No? Okay, so now he's out of the way, finally.
Guess it was the scarecrow.
Will that get him? It will. Okay.
Anyone copy? Still looking. No sign of any perp.
Search the area nice and tidy, gentlemen. Mind your blind spots.
Loud and clear, sir.
Command, area is clear. Please advise. What?
Fuck me!
Trespassers will be shot. Hey, you're coming with me. Understood? How many times do I need to tell you to follow me?
This is so annoying. This is an annoying spot to... Can't do anything. Everybody is an enforcer in that freaking room. In the whole house, you can't move a step without being seen. God damn it. Why can't you change? Well, I did it in my own contract, so... Fuck's sake, man.
Point man in the Mexico operation. Huh. Got clipped by a ram or something?
Back in the day, my pops wouldn't even allow the mail. Dump the letters by the roadside. Look at this place now.
Evacuate the client. Got it.
Sir, you copy him. The perimeter's been compromised. Be advised.
Oh, shit.
Games with me, but I'm cool. Keeping my cool. Over.
I'm cool, I'm keeping my cool. Come over here, motherfucker. Got you now. Okay.
The guy Ezra Berg has tied up in the interrogation room.
Break. Garden is clear. Delta November out.
Search formation. Spread out. I understand.
What? Hey! Somebody was...
Okay. Do here. Wait a minute, if I take him out here...
What the hell?
If I put him here... I don't think the dude will see. Fuck!
Command.
I should have knocked him out instead of letting him go. Fuck me! So close, man. Why? Why? Okay, this has got to be the run, right?
What?
Can you tell I'm getting slightly frustrated here? Good God, man.
Point man in the Mexico operation? Huh. Got clipped by a ram or something?
Lack of respect for the dead.
Possible intruder commences sweep. Out.
Oh, he's gonna see that.
Go yourself.
Seriously. Why was the... so inconsistent.
Huh?
Gotta rely on RNG to be... for people to be in their places. Oh my god.
Listen,
did not mean to go into that... into that closet. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy.
So what's this I hear about a training accident? That would be Burgess, the sharpshooter.
Yeah.
Huh. Got clipped by a ram or something?
Okay, now don't fuck it up. Don't fuck it up. Don't fuck it up. Don't fuck it up. now everybody move in there. And he's there. Come on, dude, move!
Kilo Lima, bring the principal to safety. Move it. Oh.
Oh, now he's relaxing.
Whoa! What the? Through the 6, I have one person that clear. This is Gunslinger 6. Over. I've arrived at the location and...
Gunslinger 6.
It looks clear. Over.
Okay.
Every square inch. Move. Move. Principal.
Okay, so Smoky guy will come in here. Good. Okay. Okay, waiting for the door to close. Gotcha. Hey. Come and get it.
Seriously?
That was weird. Okay. You here.
The guy Ezra Berg has tied up in the interrogation room. He's one of the enemy's couriers.
And he's not dead. Fuck me. I don't get it, man. I don't get it. Why does this game have to be so RNG based? I guess I didn't place the propane tank far enough out of the door frame. So he only got a bit of the shockwave. You guys must be getting tired of seeing the same stuff over and over and over again. Yeah, see? Yeah. Okay, he's getting into position. Okay, he's moving.
So, you copy it. The perimeter's been compromised. Be advised. Out.
Come on, come in. You copy? Yeah, I'm here now. No, nothing. It's quiet here.
Irresponsible person left a weapon lying around.
Okay. You away. Clean up all the shit over here. Cool. Okay.
The guy Ezra Berg has tied up in the interrogation room. He's one of the enemy's couriers.
They call himself that.
Okay.
Fucking hell.
You heard anything from anybody else? Over.
Damn.
Huh?
Shit! Security!
Okay. Keeping an eye on the dude. He's coming back. I'm gonna knock his ass out. So that he doesn't... I'm gonna put the HK right here. There he comes. So he'll see that. And I'll be here in the corner. And he'll get a hammer to the head. And then he'll be no longer in my way.
How did that?
Like that, motherfucker. Okay, so now I can just probably get these guys out of the way. Get you in here. The nervous dude, I don't know exactly where he goes, but I hope he doesn't go right over here. Whoa, that scared the shit out of me. Let's see if we can print this thing and then get out through the basement. A very fast 3D printer, but okay. Crap, I don't have the key lock for that. And I can change disguises, but I gotta get out of here now. And that's busy. This is busy. Basically trapped here. Who has the key for that thing? Oh, I didn't bring a crowbar. That's a bit of a... Well, I have this, but that's too loud. Let's see where he fucks off to. Okay.
Got some strange noises here. Looking into it. Over.
Oh my god. Now he comes in here. Of course he is here. I was trying to get out that window. But I don't know if that's such a good idea because these guys are here. I am so close. Oh, he's coming in here. Oh, no, 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 no. No, 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 no. You can't come in here, dude. I will not allow you to see what I did. Damn it. I'll spend the next 10 minutes trying to figure out how to get out of here. Good grief, man. There's got to be 3 people there, right? Oh my god. Of course there's a camera right here. Oh wait. Isn't he... Where's the camera thing? Is it right here? Yeah, it is. Seriously, dude? Yeah, if I shoot the camera, he will go ballistic. Okay, but at least the camera here is gone now. Whew, okay. We're out. Jeez Louise, man.
Okay.
This was a pain in the ass. I spent like 5 minutes trying to get out of there.
Brought into this camp has increased recently.
God damn it. Okay. Whew. How much slower was I? 3 minutes. They're 10 minutes slower. How the hell do you do this in 3 minutes? He's gotta have something that he blows him up or something. Oh well. I'm glad I done with this one. Yeah, there's some trick I'm missing. How to get him fast. Okay, so let's see. Who is live? Oh crap! Closed my my stuff. Red. Yeah, Red is the only one I follow that's playing Hitman, so let's go there. So my wife is making dinner right now, so yeah, she's also. We're gonna get to Red Fury. She is also playing Hitman, of course. She is doing contracts from the looks of it. It could be a featured contract, I don't know for sure, so yeah, we'll see. Anyway, thank you guys for suffering through my suffering. And yeah, I should be back next Friday. I don't know if I can stream this weekend. Depends on the weather and on the thing. And there's no stuff on the menu, but okay. So yeah, maybe there's one this weekend, but yeah, if not, then I'll see you next Friday. Bye now. Thank you for being here.